Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. Beautiful morning. Wanted to try and catch the great scenery. We're going to talk about silver. We talk about 2024. We're going to talk about silver prices going up. The reason why I'm saying that, and this is not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor. I invest in silver. It is the bedrock of my finances. Gold and silver, God's money. The God that sent his son Jesus Christ to die for our sins. Just got to say that disclaimer because there's a lot of gods out there. There are a lot of people that talk about God's money that don't believe in God. Don't believe in the God that created us, created this as money. Now, do I believe that we're ever going to see gold and silver as money like you're paying for things? Very, very rarely. Like I'm going to go buy a Lamborghini Huracan one day when Huracans go smoking down in price and gold and silver rise a lot higher than they are now. That's going to happen. I'm going to do that on YouTube. I'm not joking. But other than that, you're not going to see gold and silver being traded and bartered. Why? Because only less than 1/10 of 1% of the nation, of the world's population owns any of it. And to think that we are behind the times when it comes to gold and silver investing as far as comparing us to the East, to India, to China, that's an understatement, okay? So listen, I'm gonna talk about this. It is now in the mainstream press. It's going all over. The story I've got is out of CNBC talking about, and it's entitled, Silver Set for a Terrific Year and Could Outperform Gold to Hit a 10-Year High. This is very, very important, especially on the backs of a second banking crisis now happening in 2024, okay? That's getting worse. I'm gonna be doing a story about that in a little bit on the Real Estate Ninja channel. Please go check that out and flow over there where the algorithms are excited and free. All right, so really quick, I've got to say, I put a couple of affiliate links, and the reason why I put them down there is because I use both of them. If you want physical delivery, if you want to get it, this company I trust, and it's very important you do business with companies you trust and their prices are good for physical delivery. That's Silver Gold Bull. It's down below. Or sorry, it's in the description. Another one is One Gold. I use them to vault my precious metal. I'm in a different position, especially as I'm leaving California. I've left California. I vault. It's very easy to do it. And again, I'm not telling you to go put all your money into it. But if you've got a couple $100 and you want to diversify your money and you want to actually see what God's money's like and put it in your hands, I would do it. I do it, okay? But that's the basis. I don't put all of my money in gold and silver. I put someone's in real estate, gold and silver, cryptocurrencies. I've got it all over the place because when one goes up in value, I take that profit and I dive it into another asset class that I believe in based off of sound fundamentals, okay? And the sound fundamentals of gold and silver are based off of interest rates and money printing, okay? And as interest rates peak, and I believe they're gonna go higher, but right now gold and silver are doing so well, holding their prices with such high rates because everyone's getting ready for the Fed to go down. When that does happen, and I do not believe the Fed is gonna go full blown into lowering rates this year. They're gonna do a little dip, but that's going to be sort of a fake out. But when they go into full blown rate lowering, gold and silver prices are going to go much higher. Okay, so that's why I believe in this. So check this story out. Out of CNBC, silver set for a terrific year and could outperform gold to hit a 10-year high. Hashtag gold or silver in the, I know it doesn't really matter. Actually, just say I own gold or I own silver down in the comment section. Even though the comment section is done for right now, I've got to figure all that out because of the thieves in there. I don't want my awesome subscribers getting ripped off. But just let me know if you own gold or silver down in the live chat right now, if you're live. Also, just so you know, I got to say a side note. The reason why I do everything live is there's all these fake people out there that actually don't know crap about money, and it takes them 10 hours to make a 5-minute video. But because of editing, they look like they don't know everything. So I do everything live so that I'm real in front of you guys. All right, so here we go out of CNBC. This could be a banner year for silver with prices potentially hitting a decade high. Global silver demand is forecast to reach 1.2 billion ounces in 2024, which could mark the second highest level on record, the Silver Institute said in a recent report. Stronger industrial offtake is a principal catalyst for the rising global demand for the white metal, and the sector could hit a new annual high this year, said the Institute, a nonprofit international association comprising of various members across the silver industry. Silver is used primarily for industrial purposes and commonly incorporated in the manufacturing of automobiles, solar panels, jewelry, and electronics. We think silver will have a terrific year, especially in terms of demand. Michael DiRenzio, executive director of the Silver Institute, told CNBC. He expects silver prices to reach $30 per ounce, which would be a 10-year high according to data from LSEG. let me just say this too, because I'm sure there's a lot of silver investors in the silver mining space. Man, that's a rough road. One of the stocks I talked about a little while back was Hercules Silver, right? Yeah, ticker was big on the Canadian exchanges. And when I talked about it, it was like $1.40. Barrick Gold had just invested in them like at what, $1.10. And ironically, a couple weeks later, I'm like, yeah, this is a stock I've owned, I think, since 25, 30 cents. And Barrick invested in them. And the stock came tumbling down to what? Like 80 or 90 cents. Because they had amazing drill holes, and then the next set of drill holes weren't as amazing. They were still positive and great, but the price came down. So just so you know, full disclosure, I went and bought a ton more, actually more than my original purchase, at 77 cents, and now it's sitting at 90. So that's the one silver stock that I own right now, but I won't own it forever, right? I'm gonna move in and move out of these things. So they say here, silver, which was trading at $22.40 per ounce, last hit $30 in February of 2013. The Institute sees a 9% climb in demand for silverware and a 6% rise in jewelry demand this year, with India expected to drive the jump in jewelry prices. A projected recovery in consumer electronics is also poised to give the silver market an additional boost, the report stated. Real quick, let me tell you this. When I buy physical silver, I buy the cheapest silver possible. I buy bullion rounds or bullion bars. I try and get the price as low as possible because I want to own more ounces. Another thing is, don't buy silver jewelry unless you actually like it. The jewelry industry marks up like 400%. It's just stupid. So if you're gonna invest in silver and you want physical, go with the cheapest possible, because then you own more ounces. That's what I do. That's my suggestion. There are a lot of people that love these sovereign coins, like, you know, physical silver eagles and things like that, but you end up paying like $5-6 over spot. On a hard time, you pay like $15 over spot. And then when you go to sell them back, you only get spot. So I would rather pay a couple dollars over spot and get $1 under spot, because the margin is better than on these sovereign coins. So just throwing that out there, okay? I also like collectibles, but sorry, that's a whole nother story. I can't cover everything about the silver industry in one video. Now it says, that said, the Institute noted that in the short term, a slowing Chinese economy and decreased odds of US interest rate cuts early in the year could present a headwind to silver institutional investment. However, the tides could turn in the second half of 2024 when most market watchers believe the US Federal Reserve will start cutting rates. Again, when the Fed starts cutting rates, that's when these gold and silver prices go wild, okay? Silver prices, like gold, tend to have an inverse relationship with interest rates. A higher interest rate environment hurts demand for silver and gold, as the precious metals do not pay any interest. That's actually not true as of this last year. Go back and look at a chart of gold and silver, and then compare it to what the Fed has done with interest rates in the last 12 months. And what you will see is, you'll see as interest rates are going up, price of gold and silver trending up. And the reason why that is this time is because we are so close to a breaking point in the federal government as far as debt and all kinds of issues. Gold traders, silver traders, and the market's getting tighter around the world, because they're going, we're getting so close to that day, that week, that month, where everything starts to go down, and then everyone piles into gold and silver. So what I suggest, what I have done, is just dollar cost averaged in. I don't try and time it, because timing, come on, have you ever gotten it right? I mean, I've gotten it right a couple times. I mean, everyone's gotten it right like a couple times, but never 100%, right? And as a matter of fact, no, screw that. I'm probably right 1% of the time when it comes to timing. Who knows the timing, right? Nobody knows the day or the hour. Now, talking about outperforming gold, silver carries the title of being gold's poorer cousin, but the two share a positive correlation when it comes to prices, albeit a lag, and that's true. Gold tends to run early, and then silver picks up afterwards. A little chilly out here. Here's what usually happens with silver. It does move with gold, but it moves later, Randy Smallwood said, and this is the CEO of Wheaton Precious Metals. Due to silver's extensive industrial applications, its performance is tied closely to the health of the overall economy. That's actually not true again. So if you go back and look at when silver bottomed during the Lehman Brothers crisis of 2008, it bottomed in, what was it? October and November, right? The stock market was still going down, and the recession went from it went into what, 2009 to 2010. Housing hadn't even bottomed. People weren't hiring. The government numbers didn't lie back then, where things were bad, right? Silver actually bottomed at like $9 and rocketed to what, 45, 48 bucks, something like that in 2010, around 2011, that area. And that was when everything was depressed, when everything was in a deep recession, the Great Recession, right? So that's actually not true. You know, a lot of news companies want to tell you that it's all about industrial demand. It's not. The price, the spot price, is really driven during those hard times by how many people are buying physical and storing it. How many institutions are starting to buy physical gold and silver, and they're not looking at the economy. Especially when the market for physical silver is so small, it gets sucked up so fast, and you could tell that by the premiums on junk silver. When the premiums explode on junk silver, because it's the rarest out there, that's one of my favorites too. I got bullion, just cheap, pure 9.999%, whatever, bullion silver. And then I like junk silver, which is, you know, dimes and quarters and half dollars dated 1964 and older, because those are so rare. There's only so much out there. And I believe those are going to be the big key, especially silver dimes, because when times are tough and you see all these stories like in CNBC on this one, and you go, hey, I want to buy some silver, and you got a silver dime. If it's worth like $3, you know, you could go to your buddies and go, if you want it, I'll give it to you for $6, and they'll grab it because everyone's got $6. It's either a silver dime or a Starbucks. Anyway, sorry I digress, but that's my take on it. Now he goes on, the CEO of Silver Wheaton says, gold will shoot up first, and then you'll see silver take off rapidly, and silver always outperforms. It's just late. He's added that a $50 mark for silver is possible, if only after gold moves through 2,200 bucks. Well, I'll tell you what, last time silver was at $48, gold was at what, 1960. So no, I think that $50 silver is easy, especially in this next crisis, because this is going to be a lot worse than 2008. Look, I put those two comments, those two links down below in the description, because they're companies I use. Silver Gold Bull, if you want physical silver in your hand, there's a direct link to the website, so it's clean, there's no scammers. Also to One Gold, because that's how I store my physical precious metal in vaults, because I'm just in a different spot. And I think it's an easy way to move in and out of the price as well, into physical and out of physical, and get the fiat back in your bank account. All right, with that being said, I can't wait. I believe this is going to be a great year for silver, and I'm very, very excited. All right, that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.